All right, let's talk about two heavyweights in the retirement world, Treasury bonds and deferred annuities. Now, a lot of people hear the word safety and lump them together, but they are built for very different jobs. We're going to break down exactly what they do so you can figure out which one might be right for you.
So here's the million-dollar question, right? How do you take that nest egg you've worked your entire life to build, keep it safe, but also turn it into an income stream that you can actually live on, maybe for decades? It's a huge challenge, and honestly, the tools you pick are absolutely critical.
So here's how we're going to tackle that. First, we'll talk about your personal goals. Then we'll get into what Treasury bonds are, and then what deferred annuities are. After that, we'll put them side by side in a head-to-head comparison, and finally, help you figure out how to choose the right tool for the job.
Okay, first things first. This is all about you. The best financial product on the planet is useless if it doesn't line up with what you're actually trying to accomplish in retirement.
A lot of people think bonds and annuities are basically the same thing, and that is a huge and potentially costly mistake. They're designed for completely different financial missions. Picking the wrong one can mean you miss out on growth, or worse, you take on risks you were specifically trying to avoid.
All right, let's dive into our first option, Treasury bonds. The simplest way to think about them, you're basically giving a loan directly to the U.S. government.
So what are they officially?
Well, they're long-term IOUs from Uncle Sam. You loan the government your money, and in return, they promise to pay you a fixed interest rate for a set period of time, usually somewhere between 10 and 30 years.
And how it works is super simple, really. Step 1, you buy the bond. Step 2, you collect an interest payment from the government every 6 months. And Step 3, when the term is up, you get your original money back. Simple, right? But there are a few important catches you have to know about.
So what's the fine print here? Well, first, their value can fluctuate. If interest rates go up after you buy your bond with its lower rate isn't as attractive, so if you try to sell it early, you might actually lose money. Second, you owe federal income tax on the interest you earn, every single year. And maybe the biggest catch of all, the income has an end date. Once that bond matures, the payments stop. That's it.
Okay, now for our second contender, the deferred annuity. And if a bond is a loan to the government, the best way to think about an annuity is like creating your very own private pension plan.
At its core, a deferred annuity is an insurance contract, and it has two major superpowers. First, your money gets to grow tax-deferred. That means you don't pay taxes on the gains year after year. And second, it has the unique ability to create a guaranteed income stream that you literally cannot outlive.
The process here is pretty straightforward too. You put your money in, it grows without a tax bill dragging it down every year, which helps it compound, and then, whenever you're ready, you can flip a switch and turn it into that income stream for life. But just like bonds, annuities have their own rules.
Okay, but what's the trade-off? It really comes down to one word, liquidity. This is not short-term money. You've got IRS penalties if you pull money out before age 59 and a half, plus surrender charges if you take out too much too soon. You're basically trading some of that grab-it-now access in exchange for that rock-solid guarantee of income later on.
All right, we've met the players, now it's time for the main event, the head-to-head comparison. This is where you'll really see the differences pop.
Let's break this down. Principal protection? Yep, both can do that, especially fixed or fixed-indexed annuities. But look at taxes. Total opposites. Bond interest gets taxed every year. With an annuity, the growth is tax-deferred. That's a huge difference. Then there's liquidity. Bonds are easy to sell. Annuities are a long-term play. But the real game changer, the knockout feature, is that guaranteed income for life. Only an annuity can promise that.
If you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this slide. With a Treasury bond, the paychecks have an expiration date. When that bond matures, that's it. The income stream is done. An annuity with a lifetime income rider is a whole different ballgame. The paychecks are guaranteed to keep coming for the rest of your life, even if your account balance goes all the way to zero. This is how you solve the fear of outliving your money.
Okay, so now for the big question. Which one is right for you? Well, it all comes down to what job you need your money to do for you. So, who would be a great fit for Treasury bonds? Well, if your number one priority is being able to get your hands on your money when you need it, high liquidity, then bonds make a lot of sense. If you don't need that ironclad lifetime income guarantee and that yearly tax bill on the interest doesn't bother you, bonds can be a great tool. Now, who should be looking hard at a deferred annuity? If your biggest fear is outliving your savings, and what you want more than anything is a guaranteed paycheck for life, like a pension, this is what that tool was designed for.
It's for people who want to protect their principal, let it grow tax-deferred, and create that lifetime security.
And that really brings us to the most important point of all. Don't get caught up comparing the products. Instead, compare the purpose. Are you trying to solve a problem of short-term safety where you need access to your money? That's a job for a Treasury bond. Or are you trying to solve the problem of creating an income stream you can never, ever outlive? That is a job for an annuity.
So, at the end of the day, which problem are you trying to solve? If creating that guaranteed lifetime income is what's on your mind, we can absolutely help you compare the different annuity options to see if one might be a good fit for you. Here at the Annuity Expert, our services are always completely free. You can give us a call at 770-755-1565 or just visit us online at annuityexpertadvice.com. Thanks so much for watching.